What's up, everyone? How are you doing today? Cody here. Who else would it be? You're gonna have to bear with me as I navigate through my feelings and talk about what I'm going to talk about today. Um, it's something that I'm newly becoming aware to, um, but it comes in waves of understanding. I started to really investigate in my own mind in my past where this issue that started to come up actually came from. So if that makes sense. So and it's like I think I have like a sexual addiction, and the thing about it is it didn't manifest in a way that I understood addiction to be like. From like what I wouldn't say it's like I wouldn't consider, even now I wouldn't really consider myself a sex addict. Um, but I have like these weird sexual addictions that come with emotional problems that I have. Maybe this is something that you do discover, like you learn in, it's like a Sex Anonymous thing, but um, a sex addicts thing. But I I recently came to it because, well, I mean, it would explain so much. I got, and it's raised a lot of questions in my mind when I look back at my past and what I'm trying to overcome now. So I'll just be completely honest. Like, I don't ever remember not being super duper sexually um, charged, like as like a child, even like in my early, like I don't ever remember not being um, to the like at an unusually young age. It makes me, I don't ever remember being like molested or anything like that, and I've been trying to get those answers as I'm exploring and trying to heal and grow and um, overcome these struggles that I'm dealing with now. But like, to my knowledge, nothing that has ever have happened. But I've had this sexual what is excuse me hypersexuality, and even if you follow me over the years, you can see from the content I put out, I am very sexual, hypersexual in person, and I've kind of evolved. When I was younger, when it was inappropriate, I was super hypersexual. I got in trouble a lot. Um, when I became an adult, I took it as, this is my sexuality. I was coming to understand it. I was exploring it. I was expressing it. That was when I got into porn. That was like, for me at the time, it was really healthy because I was in that exploration. And just like I'm still exploring it, really, I'm still trying to figure it out. I guess the addiction part comes in when you can't get it under control. And really, I'm just grappling with it at this point. So what it is, it's not that just like that I just like to have tons of sex with everyone and like I want to fuck all the time. That's not really what it is. It has something to do before porn. Porn was it contribute. I'll get to porn, but before porn, um, I got into. I think that when I came to terms that I was accepted sexually, when I didn't feel always emotionally accepted by people or liked by people, when I found out that my body was something that people were really hyper, like super attracted to, and I guess this is because of the large dick thing, and I don't know what else. I kind of started to like, look up men on the internet to see what they were like. Kind of became attracted to these features that I wanted in myself or that I embraced in myself, and I kind of would, as the internet was new when I was young, I would be sneaking online a lot and like doing this like sexual investigation, and I really think that this is when this addiction started. I have always watched a lot of porn, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was healthy. I never really considered myself to have too unhealthy of a sex life. Um, and especially in my early ages, but um, but then, I started to get older, and I would like take pictures of myself and I would show them to people, and I would arouse people, and I would arouse people with my, any way that I could. And being sexually aggressive in nature, you attract that energy, and that kind of gets addicting. And then so going into porn was like, it was a very natural progression for me. Like, I had already been videotaping myself and doing this with people, and it was like my dirty little secret. It was like I was living a fantasy out when I started doing porn, and like I'd been watching it, been sneaking to watch my whole life. It was like this bad thing, and then I was finally being able to explore it and be who I wanted to be. I wanted to be that, you know, and feeling insecure about my body, and then suddenly being like getting massive loads of attention and praise for it on top, was that way, that my reward system was off the charts, so that has since evolved. Even though I'm out of porn, I mean, I'm still addicted to that, this, it's like the system, it's like the cycle that it does to you. Like, I've I don't watch so much porn anymore, even though when I do, I get super duper too into it and want to do it too often, which I just haven't been doing. But it's easy for me to shut that on and off, but the urge is there when I go back to it. And but then the really strange thing is, like, when I'm like, that's like the me watching porn. Okay, maybe that's me by myself, or sometimes maybe it's with someone else. But when it comes to me being intimate with someone, I always want to film it, and I always want to watch it back, and it's like something gratifying, and it turns me on, and then it becomes this like fulfilling that porn star um um image. It's not the image of my persona that I'm fulfilling my mind. It's that I'm just still doing it, and it invigorates me. Like when I first started doing it when I was young, even when I do it on a low scale, I always get OnlyFans and all of these things. Like, they just make it easier to perpetuate this thing. And I realized recently that since I've become, maybe more insecure in my adulthood, that I can't, or just like in just matters of like, the life decisions I want to make, like I can't do that anymore. It's really, I'm fighting that urge to be like filming sex, or like I said, it's like I do want to have sex, if I it's okay to want to have sex a lot sometimes, and it's okay to not want to have sex a lot sometimes. And when I want to have sex, it's not like I just have sex and then it's like I go into a hypersexual where I'm on Grindr all the time, and I'm like looking for this thing that doesn't ever exist or usually get fulfilled. And when it's fulfilled, it's good, and the cycle starts over. So it really doesn't get me anywhere, and it's not spiritually healthy. It's not like physically healthy, I've learned, either. But it's something. It's a type of struggle slash addiction slash thing I'm trying to understand and cope with, because I think that it can be managed. I'm trying to find out if I can manage, if it can be managed, or if I have to, like, what do I have to cut out, because I can't stop having a sexual life. Like, where do I set the boundaries for myself of what is healthy and what's not? So that's what I'm going through. I think it's pretty strange, sometimes I won't even like have sex with someone if they won't let me film it. And it's like, why do I want this film? It's because it's, I'm getting something out of it, and it's not even about the connection with someone. And those types of things aren't healthy. And yeah, that's my sexual addiction. It's funny because I searching for just being on porn. At every time someone turned their back to me, I was looking at porn, and like obsessing over men. Now I go on my Twitter and it is so much sex that my senses are overwhelmed, and that's what's making me feel like an addict. Like, I could be on Twitter, or it used to be Tumblr, but not anymore. But like, and I could just be scrolling through that shit, and if I let myself get into it, like, or if I did a little bit of meth or something, I could be fucking jerking off and getting a gang. Like, it could go, it just goes on and on and on, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I haven't been doing that stuff, but it's like, all I have to do is turn on Twitter, and it's like I'm thinking about just like going through and like unfollowing all of these people, but the thought of not seeing their bodies when I want to see them, it really, like, losing, like, oh, losing that connection, like losing their handle and never being able to find them again, and like, oh man, he was so hot, and it's like something I'm never even going to be able to have, so thoughts, comments, stories, if you guys got some stuff that you can, just some understanding would be, or advice would be so helpful right now. It's hard to talk about, it's hard to articulate, and I hope that I did a good job. And as always, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and thanks for taking the time to do so. Let's keep the discussion going. Have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.